A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson. So Bill Bryson is a sort of a humorist. He's written several books, and he does have books on actual non-humoristic subjects, like A Short History of Nearly Everything, which is like everything from the last 4 billion years or whatever it is. Or he's got one about the English language, but he introduces them with humor. He tries to be kind of funny about it. He is funny. He's a funny guy. And so you take a book like this. It's a hardback book. This is the spine of the dust jacket. And you have someone who is not an expert, but who is trying to be funny some of the time and distill the knowledge into a one-volume, relatively large, it's 500 pages, but really a one-volume history of everything. And you're going to get a lot of, very, very overly broad strokes. So we have to read this with a grain of salt. We have to read this and say, well, that sounds really cool and that sounds really interesting. And so I'm going to really look into that and see how true that is. To what extent is it actually right? To what extent do the experts agree with what's written here? And then you can get into more sort of nuanced ideas. But let's just look at the table of contents. So we're starting way, way, way back. We hit life at about page 200. All right. So yeah, he's a funny guy and he seems like a smart guy and everything. But you read it and there's a lot of truth in here and a lot of interesting stuff that, didn't know before. But in the end, it's not it's not to be taken as gospel. It's not in depth. Of course, I don't take gospel as gospel either. All right, that's Bill Bryson, A Short History of Nearly Everything.